fritters? He's like, nah, we're out of apple fritters. I say, you got any bear claws? He's like, wait a minute, I'll go check.
The natural way to react.
How does this correlate? Sorry, because I've missed out on quite a bit of the story. How does this correlate to the crash before?
No, we're out of bear claws. And so I tell him, in that case, what do you have? He says to me, all we have right now is a box of 12 starving, crazed weasels. I said, yeah, okay, I'll take that. So he hands me the box and I'll open up the lid and the weasels jump out of the immediately, lash on my face and start biting me all over. They're going at me, they'll tear me apart, man. It was just about then the little ditty started going through my head. I believe it went a little something like this. Ah! Get him off me! Get him off me! Ah! Get him off! Yeah, I was running around with my arms, running down the street like a constipated wiener dog. And that happens. That's exactly where I met the girl of my dreams. Her name was Zelda. She was a calligraphy enthusiast with a slight overbite and hair the color of strained peaches. I never forget the first thing she said to me. She said, hey, you got weasels on your face. That's when I knew it was true love. We were inseparable after that. Aw, man, we ate together, we bathed together, we even shared the same piece of mint-flavored dental floss. The world was our burrito. So we got married and we bought us a house and we had 2 beautiful children, Nathaniel and Superfly. Oh, we were so very, very, very happy. Then one fateful night, Zelda said to me, she said, sweetie pumpkin, do you want to join the Columbia Records Club? I'm like, whoa, hold on there, baby. I'm just not ready for that kind of commitment. So we broke up and I never saw her again. That's just the way things go in Albaqurque. But it was about a week later that I finally achieved my lifelong dream. That's right, I got me a part-time job at the Sizzler. I even got a raise after I put in that grease fire with my face. Aw, man, everyone was pretty jealous of me after that. I was getting a lot of attitude. Like one time, I was out in the parking lot trying to clean out my excess earwax with a golf pencil. When I see this guy Marty, he was trying to lug a big old sofa up the stairs by himself. I'm like, I say to him, I say, hey Marty, did you want me to help you with that? And he just looked at me and rolls his eyes and says, no, I want you to cut off my arms and legs with a chainsaw. So I did. And then he starts getting all indignant on me. He's like, hey man, I was just being sarcastic. I'm like, aw, that's just great. How am I supposed to know that? I'm not a mind reader for crying out loud. But now he's got a really cute nickname, Torso Boy. So what's he complaining about?
I've never met someone
that reminds me of another amusing anecdote. This guy in the street came up to me and said that he hadn't had a bite in 3 days. Well, I knew what he meant, but just to be funny, I took a big bite out of his jugular vein, and he's yelling and screaming and bleeding all over. I'm like, hey man, don't you get it? But he just is yelling and screaming, bleeding, and going, ah, ah, ah! Oh man, I guess some people just don't know how to take a joke. Anyways,
yeah, because it's from the Bible.
Anyways,
some people don't know how to take a joke, man. I get you.
I kind of lost my train of thought. Well, I know that's a really roundabout way of saying it, but I guess all I was really trying to say this whole time is I hate sauerkraut! That's all I'm really trying to say. And by the way, if you ever wake up one day and find yourself in an existential quandary, racked by your meaningless existence of self-loathing and isolation, at least you can take a bit of solace in knowing that somewhere in this crazy old mixed-up universe of ours, there's still a little place called Albaqurque. Thank you.
I left the company I was working at. I was just at rock bottom.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I was at rock bottom. I lost most of my old friends. I wasn't talking to anybody.
Wow.
I'm
Thank you. Thank you.
I made a mistake.
But I pulled myself together.
Yeah, how'd you make a mistake?
I opened Unity with VR chat open.
Oh, dead. Gone. Deceased. Well, I guess you're crashing out, so I might as well start my story over. Anyways, way back when I was just literally boiling on a box from the stairs to the corner of the basement of the house, I was walking down the street from Jerry's bait shop.
Yeah.
Also, he hasn't gotten to record it. So. Is it the first half or the second?
Yeah, I mean, we had, obviously we had our first lockdown, I think it was March 2020. And obviously I was still my husband.
After the eye. Which eye?
And
There's a lot of
he
eyes.
had to have his
The whole
There's a lot of
story is
eyes.
about eye, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's the whole story about me and my journey when I went to Albaqurque.
Yeah. Him and me, Beth.
I can imagine that being so
Real
dumb.
experience.
Okay, I guess we're gonna start over. Way back when I was a little bitty boy living in a box with the stairs in the corner of the basement of the house, a block down the street from Jerry's Beach.
on the same day he was going to have his amputation, his leg died.
Do they have an Australian version of this?
Then
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
he came
Because I feel like I'm
back,
missing out.
obviously Sarah,
Yeah, right. Poor Sonny here is just going through
3
insanity.
months, then my nan died.
She's had to hear this story like 10 times in the past 3 days.
Of 2020. We were still friends because I was
Oh,
still.
okay. Well, anyway, way back when I was a little bitty boy living in a box with the stairs at the corner of the basement of the house, half a block down the street from Jerry's bait shop. You know the place. Well, anyways, back then life was going strong. Everything was just peachy, except for the undeniable fact that every single morning, my mother would make me a big old bowl of sauerkraut for breakfast. Big bowl of sauerkraut! Every single morning! It was driving me crazy. I said to her mom, I said, hey mom, what's up with all the sauerkraut? And my dear sweet mother, she just looked at me like a cow looks at an oncoming train. She leaned down real closely, and she said, it's good for you! And then she tied her wallet, stuck a thumb in my mouth, and forced me to be nothing but sauerkraut until I was 26 and a half years old. That's when I swore that someday I would get out of that basement and travel to a magical, faraway place, where the sun is always shining and the air smells like warm root beer, and the towels are oh so fluffy, where the shrines and the leopards play the ukuleles all day long, and everybody on the street will gladly shave your back for a nickel. Waka waka doo doo, yeah, but let me tell folks, it wasn't long at all before my dream came true. Because the very next day, this local radio station was holding this contest to see who could correctly guess the number of molecules on Leonard Nimoy's butt. I was off by 3, but I still won the grand prize. That's right, a first-class one-way ticket to Albaqurque. I'll tell you, I've never done a real airplane before, but I gotta tell you, it was really great. Except for the fact that I had to sit between 2 large Albanian women with excruciating body odor. And the little kid in the backseat kept throwing up the whole time. And the flight attendant ran out of Dr. Pepper and salted peanuts. And oh yeah, 3 of the airplane engines burned out. And we went into a tailspin and we crashed into a hillside and the plane exploded in a giant fireball and everybody died. Except for me. You know why? Because I had my tray table up and my seat back in the full upright position. I had my tray table up and my seat back in the full upright position. Yeah. So I crawled through the twisted burning wreckage. I crawled in my hands and knees for 3 full days. Dragging along my big leather suitcase and my garment bag and my tenor saxophone and my 12-pound bowling ball and my super lucky glow-in-the-dark snorkel. But finally I arrived at the world-famous Albaqurque Holiday Inn, where the towels are oh so fluffy, and you could eat your soup out of the ashtrays if you wanna. It's okay, they're clean. So I checked in my room when I turned down the AC and I turned on the Spectrovision. I was about to eat that little chocolate mint on my pillow that I love so very, very much. When all of a sudden, there's a knock at the door. Now who could that be? I say, who is it? No answer. Who is it? No answer. Who is it? They're not saying anything. So finally I go over and I open the door, and just as I suspected, is some big fat hermaphrodite with a flock of seagulls haircut and only 1 nostril. Oh man, I hate it when I'm right. So he burst into the room and he grabbed my lucky snorkel. I'm like, hey, you can't have that. That snorkel's been just like a snorkel to me. He's like, tough. I'm like, give it. He's like, make me. And I'm like, okay. So I grabbed his leg and he grabbed my esophagus and I bit off his ear and he chewed off my eyebrows and I took out his appendix and he gave me colonic irrigation. Yes, indeed, you better believe it. But somehow, in the middle of it all, the phone got knocked off the hook. And 20 seconds later, I heard a very familiar voice. You wanna know what it says? I'll tell you what it said. It said, if you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator. If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator. Well, to make a long story short, he got away with my snorkel. But I made a solemn vow, right then and there, that I would not rest. I would not sleep for an instant until the 1 nostril man had been brought to justice. But I first had to decide to buy some donuts first. So I got in my car and I drove over to the donut shop and I walked up to the guy behind the counter and he's like, yeah, what do you want?
I know what this guy talks about.
Now you're my good friend.
I said, you got any glazed donuts? He says, no, we're out of glazed donuts. I'm like, you got any jelly donuts? He's like, no, we're out of jelly donuts. I say, you got any Bavarian cream-filled donuts? He's like, no, we're out of Bavarian cream-filled donuts. I say, you got any cinnamon rolls? He says, no, we're out of cinnamon rolls. I say, you got any apple fritters? He says, no, we're out of apple fritters. I say, you got any bear claws? He said,
Like 6
I'll be
minutes
right
long.
back.
wait a
My
minute.
shit's glitching out.
I'll go check.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I want whatever he's smoking.
No.
Yes, son.
That's what's your name?
No, we're out of bear claws. So I say, well, in that case, what do you have? He says, all I got right now is this box of 12 starving crazed weasels. And I say, okay, I'll take that. So he hands me the box and I'll open the lid and the weasels jump out and immediately lashing on my face and start gnawing me over. Oh, they were going at me. They were tearing me apart, man. It was just about that time that a little ditty started going through my head.
On video chat, you don't have to turn it up.
Okay. Oh, that's like it. My voice is getting out.
Oh, thanks. I've been like doing that for over like almost a fucking hour and a half. Christ.
Oh man.
I mean, it was impressive, but damn.
The only thing that numbs me, that makes the sensation go away, is drinking.
Yeah, see, I did try that.
Mhm.
I don't mind.
And
But when you're sober,
I
it makes it
think-
worse.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Bro,
I
did
think
he
it
just
just
poof?
started